Well, we're following on the story that developed earlier on the Reserve Bank having cut the repo rate by another 100 basis points. And the bank now expects the GDP to decline by 6.1%. And this will be the biggest decline since the Great Depression. Analysts say that it will be difficult to tell how the South African economy will recover. So let's get a sense of what this means. We're joined by Mike Schussler, who is senior economist at economics.co.za. Firstly, what's your impression on the Reserve Bank cutting the rate at this time? Other analysts have been saying that they disagree with the timing of this move.
No, I don't think timing has too much to do with it. I'm very happy that we've got this rate cut. It's obviously, we can only pay back money when we've got income and a job. So I think it's very important for our government to open the economy as quickly as possible still. But I think it provides a lot of relief. I think the two rate cuts that we've had, plus a less petrol, the less the petrol price costs, can save a consumer with a $250,000 car loan, with $500,000 home loan, and traveling enough to spend more than 100 liters a month, roughly 2,600 Rand a month. And I think that's quite significant and will help these consumers going forward. And that should help. But we need that consumer to be able to pay, and therefore we need them back at work. And that's where this will make a difference. It's a great move by the Reserve Bank.
Okay, it's understandable from your perspective, but it's good to get a diversity of views. And let me get what another analyst was substantiating on when he was saying that he disagrees with the move that the interest rate, the repo rate being cut. He says that the U.S. made the same mistake cutting the early stage of COVID-19 scare and are almost at a zero interest rate with barely no monetary policy tools left. What do you say about that?
Oh, we have a lot of monetary policy tools left. Look, we don't have enough money in the country in terms that government can help us with fiscal policy, but our monetary policy has been quite reasonably strict. So, the US can't take rates now because to below zero, it's very difficult doing that. And they at 0 to 0.25%. We're at 4.25%. So we've still got a way to go if we need to go under the inflation rate, which is now going to be expected to be only 3.6%. So we have room to maneuver, and if we need to, we can drop it below the inflation rate for a period of time to provide relief. I think all central banks around the world have dropped interest rates, so I don't know, why that is a problem. This is the world's biggest crisis since the Great Depression. The IMF at 2:30 today said exactly that. They said that the world growth or the decline in world will be the biggest since the 1929 to 1932. And although it won't be quite as big as that, they hope, but it will be the biggest since then. And, that's where we are. And they advised monetary policy authorities to drop interest rates where possible. The same governments should spend money on healthcare to combat the virus, but also on retaining jobs. And, this is an unusual situation. It's something that happens once in a lifetime. It's quite clear that this is going to be much bigger than the Great Recession that we had 10 years ago. And South Africa did not have quite the relief then that we're putting on the table now. And we have more room and more ability to maneuver downwards. So, quite frankly, we are doing what we should be doing.
All right, so let's take a look at the perspective of the local implications of this relief that you've been talking about. Is this a temporary relief and also a future burden?
It is temporary in the nature that we're not going to see this forever and a day. But this is supposed to tie us over for the next year or two, and that would help South Africans a lot, first of all. Second of all, where I think it makes also a difference, is interest rates are now low enough, and maybe banks can drop their margins from 3.5% to 3%,
All right,
which would
Mike, I'm
also
going to have
make a
to
difference.
interrupt you there. My apologies. We have the mayor of Johannesburg just making an announcement. We just want to tap into that. We'll come